Warning, this show contains strong language and topics that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised.
Hey Reagan and Sam, what do you think of my Suplah logo? They've changed it, Second Sam. But I made this an hour ago. That's fine, I'll make another one. They've changed it again.
Hello, Suplah City, and welcome to another edition of the Suplah. We are not live this time. I am Andy Kwan, and with me is Sam Brooks.
You had to specify that we're in fact not live.
Yes.
Despite the fact that people are watching this YouTube video that's clearly pre-recorded. And they know. They know. You clearly don't know.
I do know we're not live.
Do you?
Yes.
How do we know we're not
technically
live?
we're live right now, like as we speak,
Hmm.
but when they watch this, it won't be live.
Brilliant. Right, so we can't do a riddle this week because Liam forbids it.
Yep.
For whatever reason. I'd like to clear up something though.
Okay, what's that?
Lately there has been a string of controversies regarding the factually correct number of the riddle streak.
It's not factually correct, it's completely wrong!
No, it's actually
I'm not on
factually
99!
correct. You are on 2 and 99.
No, I'm not! We haven't had 101 fucking riddles. That's not a thing.
No, we haven't.
So...
But you've also not had 1 point per riddle. Remember that time when Liam bumped up your score to 60?
Yeah, but that was for no reason!
That was for a very good reason.
Oh, what reason was that?
You're a dumbass. So, in light of you being at two, count 'em 2 successful riddles, and 99 failed ones,
Yes.
how are you feeling? You feeling good about yourself?
No.
You feeling good?
No.
Why not? It's
Because
almost
it's total
impressive.
bullshit.
It's almost impressive the amount that you failed.
I haven't failed 99 of them.
Not saying that, but you failed 99's worth of them.
No, that's not even 99's worth of them.
No, I think it is.
No.
Honestly, if I had my way, you would be up to maybe 500 by now. Closing in on 1,000.
Oh, great. That sounds familiar.
Hmm.
No!
Actually, you're
this
past
whole thing is
1,000 on the other
bullshit.
thing, but...
What?
You're past 1,000 on the other thing, but we're not talking about that, despite how much you bring it up. What are we talking about?
Instead, we're talking about SummerSlam. Because that was a thing
Not
that
just
happened.
SummerSlam. There's
And
a
Raw.
lot to discuss.
And SmackDown.
Mhm.
And everything. Let's go! What
Alright.
happened, Sam, at SummerSlam?
SummerSlam. What were your overall thoughts, Mr. Kwan?
It was okay.
What?
It just, I couldn't sit there for all 6 hours. I had to take a break.
Well, yeah. No one expects you to sit there for the full 6 hours.
God, but people
That's why you
say-
take a break during the bad matches.
Yeah, but people would sit there, like, the whole show. And it's like, this thing is too long. It's just going on and on and on and on. And it's almost like you can have too much of a good thing. Just stop. Why did this have to be 6 hours?
That's a very good point, and I must say, on the SummerSlam card there were 13 matches, including the pre-show. That's more than WrestleMania.
Oh, Christ. Why?
WrestleMania had 12, including the pre-show.
Oh my... But,
Bearing in mind, one of those matches was The Rock versus Eric Rowan.
so is it not even a scheduled match of just random...
If we eliminate that, that means there were 11.
Why did there have to be so many? Why?
My honest feeling is that they want it to be WrestleMania for the summer.
Yeah, I get that, but... Fuck, like... Even WrestleMania shouldn't be this long. Like... That's a quarter of a day you have to dedicate to wrestling.
6 hours?
Yes!
You're right. That is a quarter of a day.
Thank you, jeez.
I had to double check there because I know your math isn't top notch.
But yeah, that's a quarter of a day that you have to dedicate to wrestling.
Yeah.
Especially like living over here, it's like, I could be asleep right now. I literally was like, I could have been sleeping. Which I chose to do in the end, because I was like, I'm not watching this live. But the fact that on demand I had to sit here for 6 hours, I was just like, fast forward. Like, I don't care. I couldn't. I went back and watched stuff in the period of like a couple of days, but I was just like, I can't sit here for 6 hours in a row. I'm gonna go mad. Like, why was this show 6 hours long? The Super Bowl isn't that long. Fucking UFC 200. Don't think it was that long. Even the UFC event with fucking McGregor and Diaz, not that long.
Oh, I knew we would get to this eventually. Has it been 5 minutes?
And other sporting events are not this amount of time.
It's okay to talk about your boyfriend, right? But ease up. That's all we're saying. Just ease up.
Well, aside from that, it was an okay event. I thought Brooklyn was better, personally.
Brooklyn was better, but we're going to talk about SummerSlam because it's important. 5 things happened here that we're going to talk about. Namely, the first one being Charlotte got the, I wouldn't say upset victory, but the surprise victory over Sasha Banks to reclaim the Women's Championship. There is speculation here that it's because Banks is injured. And that's in fact been confirmed. She has a back injury.
Well, I mean, if you have nagging injuries, that's fine. You should probably get those fixed. But,
absolutely.
Yeah,
and I'm fine with Charlotte as champion.
No,
in fact, she's a better champion than Sasha.
Nope. They should have gave it to somebody else. Because
Who else was there?
Don't fucking anyone.
No, don't just say anyone. Who?
Who's on the Raw roster again?
You tell me. Apparently, there's so many candidates that are better than Charlotte.
The point is...
No, enlighten me. Who?
I don't know off by hand who's on the Raw roster.
Exactly. See, you can't say that. Charlotte is the most qualified on that roster to hold the belt again.
But she held it for like 7 years.
Not true.
Okay, a year and a half.
Not true.
Okay, a year.
Less than a year.
Well, it felt like a year and a half.
I understand that, but ever since she dumped Ric Flair, it's been great. She's been fine. She's a good heel. She cuts better promos than Banks. I'm behind her. Banks is a terrible babyface champion.
Well, we are on a completely different wavelength.
Yeah, thing is, my brain is bigger than my sexual organs, so I'm able to just take attractiveness out of the picture and focus on who they are. Unlike you,
okay,
Andy.
Wait, 1 minute. Hold the phone. I think you just complimented me there, kind of.
How?
'Cause I have a huge brain, so hey. So
Says the man with 99 on the lost column.
Riddles are fucking stupid.
If you were born 5 years ago, you would not be 0.
Okay, so wait.
I know you say that your brain is big, but it's not as big as a walnut, I don't think.
I just don't see the point in less than 1 month title reign.
Because they did it to get Raw more ratings in the wake of the draft, in the brand split, and they wanted to give Banks her moment. But then, she gets a back injury, so they gotta take it off her.
She needs to stop bumping like that, then.
Yeah.
Because it looks like she's crumpled and folded in half like some kind of accordion each time she does anything. Which
and it's cool when you do it on NXT, but when you're on Raw, it's a different kind of schedule. We all know this. We know because we're business insiders, and we know thoroughly how it works. Us, sitting at our laptops, with our video cameras, talking to 200 people tops. We know everything.
Oh, of course.
Take our word for it. Charlotte was the best choice. I'm fine with this.
If I could think of someone, I would have said someone else.
But you can't, so...
Anywho, so that happened. What else happened at SummerSlam, Sam?
Might as well focus on the
SummerSlam,
women now.
Sam.
SummerSlam Sam says that at SummerSlam, Nikki Bella made her return after a while on the shelf. I think she was out in January of this year.
Yes, you can look, but you can't touch.
Great input. She returned in the 6-woman tag match, which was the entirety of the SmackDown women's division against each other. It was Carmella, Naomi, and Becky Lynch, I remember,
Yes.
versus what was originally going to be Eva Marie with Natalia and Alexa Bliss.
Yes.
See, I remember. But of course, Eva Marie got her 30-day suspension for some reason.
Oh, because, and I can tell you the reason why,
Can
is
you?
that she forgot to file the paperwork, or hand in the paperwork, on time.
Is that official?
That's what she said. Which is so stupid, because if you've been waiting weeks and weeks and weeks to hand something in, and you do it late...
I'm not angry. I'm disappointed.
Yeah.
But anyway, Eva Marie got taken out of the match. And everyone was like, are they going to be 2-on-3, or are they going to get a third guy? They got a third guy, in form of Nikki Bella, who was cleared by doctors to return, I believe, last weekend. The weekend before SummerSlam.
Right.
I like Nikki Bella. I think she's great. I think she's vastly improved over the years, past 2 years. She's really come into her own. She's had in-ring training from Brian. She's good on the mic, kind of. She's not terrible, but she's better than she once was. I got no problems with this. I'm supportive of it.
It's better than Eva Marie, so...
Well, anything's better than Eva Marie. You can book somebody to a point, but Eva Marie, I'm sure, is still terrible in the ring.
Probably.
I like how you're so invested in this, by the way. Your passion is reaching maximum limits. I think you need to calm down a bit.
Oh, I need to chill the fuck out.
You need to tranquilo for just a second.
It's Nikki Bella, I don't care. Like,
Why? Why
care,
can you not bring yourself to care?
If I don't know, Sasha Banks was injured and
Oh,
come back and be like,
fuck.
woo! But it's Nikki. I don't care.
You suck.
I don't suck.
So, moving on to the men's part of the show, AJ Styles continued the John Cena's losing streak at SummerSlam. Been going strong for about 9 years now.
I love
By
how
defeating John Cena.
I love how John Cena was just like, oh God, what the fuck do I have to do?
This is one of my match of the year candidates.
Yeah.
This particular match. Because not only is it the face of WWE's biggest rival since the early 2000s. It's face versus face, right? WWE versus TNA, to a point. They put on a clinic. It was an amazing match, great psychology. Cena put all of his moves out there, wouldn't finish off Styles, so he was like, oh God, what do I do? What am I going to do? He can see me. Shit. No one's ever been able to do that before. Except all those other guys at SummerSlam. But match ended. Styles picked up the win. Cena leaves his head-arm band in the ring. Slow zoom in on it.
So,
I cried.
what does that mean?
It means he's gone to film his TV show. Whatever it's called. The Grit. He's gone to film away Grit. And he is probably going to come back at around November? October?
Okay. Fair enough.
So Styles has been put over.
Good.
Talk about it.
AJ, I think hasn't looked particularly good for a while, kind of. Because
What do you mean
of the
for a while?
club and their involvement in the last match. And he's kind of gone downhill after the Rumble. And now it's like he's a fucking badass again. And, good. You got put over, thank God for that. And AJ is now a legit star now, rather than just being that guy who was in TNA. So, hooray!
I think he's always been a legit star. He just needed this to further propel him into the main event, which he's in now, thankfully. But we'll get to that when we get to SmackDown. I
Yes.
think his involvement with the club at the start was not that captivating.
No, it was. I think it was detrimental to him because
When he joined the club, from that point onward, it was fine. It was great even.
But the whole weird, like, is he a part of the club? Is he not part of the club?
Well, yeah, that sucked, but when he did become part of the club, it was great.
So, yeah, it's good that the club didn't somehow get involved in this. Thank
Well,
God.
there's a brand split.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter.
No, it totally matters, Andy.
Anyway, so, good. AJ.
So, John Cena vanished into thin air, and he'll probably reappear sometime soon. In the meantime, we have to talk about the... I'm worried. I'm worried about what we're going to say here. I'm worried that we're going to somehow ignite a flame war.
Well,
The Universal Championship.
okay. I need to get something off my chest.
Alright.
That thing looks like Randy Orton's skull after Brock Lesnar airboated him in the head. That is the worst looking thing I have ever seen in my fucking life. And I have been a fan for a long time. And I have seen some ugly, ugly titles. I have seen some ugly things just generally in my life. There are mirrors in my house, so I do know what something hideously ugly looks like. And my God, that belt is shit. It is the worst thing I've ever seen. They didn't just make one part of the belt red. No, they made the whole fucking belt red. They made the whole fucking belt red. Why? Why did you need to do that? You didn't need to do that. You need to do the back bit with the WWE logo on it. Don't make the whole thing red. And you know what? I got really annoyed when Mick Foley was like, the fans are dumb. Whoever came up with that idea is equally as stupid. Because that is the worst looking thing ever. Who went, you know, a good idea? Like, let's have fucking red. Fucking red! All red everything! Either Marie exists. You don't need that for a belt. And I don't mind uniforming the titles. I don't actually mind. I'm probably the only person who actually likes it. I don't care. It's fine. It's perfectly fine in my eyes. It's great. Make them different colours, but for Christ's sake, don't make the whole thing one fucking colour. It looks like a fucking gem or some kind of fucking thing you try and get in Crash Bandicoot or something. Fucking stupid.
You done? Yes. I would just like to point out the fact that you don't know what Chaos Emeralds are.
I don't know what they are.
So, you and Liam prattle on about some underground hipster indie game about some dude called Abe.
No, it's not.
And yet you don't know a thing about Sonic.
Abe's Odyssey was a...
Oh, it's the greatest video game of all
It was one of the
time!
best games of the 90s. And it had this character called Abe, and it went, hello, and then you would find other Abes, and you're like, hello, and then you'd be like, follow me, and then, okay, and then no, they don't question it, because they have to escape from this factory, where all these Abe things are being put into pies, so they have to run away and get out of this factory. They were putting the workers into pies. That's the plot.
So it's the plot of Chicken Run.
No, Chicken Run is also good. But it's got nothing to do with Abe's Odyssey.
No, I'm sure Abe's Odyssey is the greatest video game in the world that no one's ever heard of, but...
It was huge in the 90s.
Oh yeah, a lot of things were huge in the 90s. You know what else was huge in the 90s?
What's that?
A distinct lack of terrorism.
I think that still was a thing even back then.
I show you the... I don't even show you anything, actually. You just start talking to me about it.
The Universal title? What are
Yeah.
we talking about? The belt is horrendous.
You tell me that you have had 3 beers and a sip of whiskey. Without an H.
I fucked that up, yeah.
Whiskey.
That's correct.
And you say that your MMA dream is coming true. Uniform all the belts.
I knew this would come back to haunt me when I looked at it this
I say to him, do your MMA belts look like Chaos Emeralds? To which he says, what are they? What are they?
What are they?
To which I say, oh, fuck off. And you just say, hat. Why did you say hat?
Because I'm drunk, because I had too many to drink.
I say 2 words, Sonic Hedgehog.
Yeah?
You then tell me that you remember the blue hedgehog, but you don't remember Chaos Emeralds.
No, I don't remember.
He collected rings.
He did
Rings.
collect rings.
You said rings twice.
Yeah, he collects rings.
Yeah, he also collects Chaos Emeralds.
Well, does he? Oh, I didn't know.
And I show him a picture of Triple H with the belts as they are Chaos Emeralds. To which he says, "Yes, Hunter, make them all the colours. Fuck, I'm going to sleep." I mean, he keeps talking to me and says,
Yeah, that's
"Okay,
what
I'm
I
going
do.
to sleep."
Wait. Drunk Andy and sober Andy are not on the same page on this one. Sure, you can have colours, but don't, like, make the whole belt...
No, we're not steering away from this. You don't know what the Chaos Emeralds are.
No, I don't know what they are.
Why?
Because I don't.
Are you impoverished as a child? Did you grow up without Sonic?
I grew up with one Sonic game.
And how do you not know?
Because I wasn't very good at it.
No shit, Andy.
So I never got to see the emeralds or whatever the fuck they are.
You need them.
What?
They're essential for beating the game.
Are they?
Which Sonic did you play? Great. So...
Sonic...
The belts...
It's the one where...
We're moving on, Andy. We're moving on from this. I don't know why you keep talking about the Chaos Emeralds. We're moving on from it. Universal title doesn't look great. They got one thing wrong. Everything about it is fine, except for the colour of the strap. If you made it black, it would look perfectly fine. It would look great, even. I'm going to show you, Andy. Someone made a mock-up of the Universal title with a black strap.
Right.
Go find a picture of the Universal title for a sec, so you can compare. And I'll put one on screen now. Boom. There's the Universal title, ladies and gentlemen. After weeks of speculation, we finally figured out that it looks exactly the same as every other belt may have. Except for the mid-card and tag. I don't know what people were expecting.
Alright, I know what the Universal title looks like. I don't need to look it up, but I've looked it up anyway.
Okay, so you know what that looks like.
Yes.
I am about to show you what it looks like with a black strap.
Okay.
And I think you will like what it is.
Ooh, yeah,
nice hiccup.
Thank you. Post in the Skype.
For the audience, here it is.
Okay,
now, would you agree that that looks infinitely better?
Microsoft Edge has decided to load up, so I don't know what that is. It's very meat SO dollar. See, that looks 20 times better.
Thank you. Right.
Without the weird, ugly red shit.
Mm-hmm.
That looks fine.
Looks totally fine.
That looks perfectly fine.
In an ideal world, in an ideal planet, we would have World and Universal with black straps and the blue and red backgrounds for Raw and SmackDown. The women's titles would have white straps with blue and red backgrounds for Raw and SmackDown. The IC in the US, keep them the same. Just keep them the same. They're classic designs. They don't need to change. They're not new belts. Leave them be. Tag titles. One of them's copper, one of them's silver. But we'll get to the new tag titles later. They could just as easily make the Universal title with a black strap.
Yep.
They could easily... Remember back when the World Heavyweight title, the big gold belt, randomly had red added to the back of it?
Yeah, what was that about?
Yeah. Why don't they just do that now, except put black on the front? It was at the point where the fans disregarded Seth Rollins versus Finn Balor.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
and focused entirely on the belt.
I can't... Can I blame the fans for that? If something is that bad...
It says a lot about the belt, but it says a lot more about the crowd.
No, I think it says...
Both are in the wrong.
The belt...
Yes, the belt looks awful, but... It's as Rollins said on Twitter, it's not about what the belt looks like, it's about what it means to the people fighting for it. And I know it's scripted, I know they already decided that Balor would win, which he did. It's wrestling. Suspend your disbelief for 5 seconds. It's what you have to do anytime you look at the product. You have to suspend your disbelief.
But the belt is ugly as fuck.
I know the belt looks like dog crap.
It looks like... I don't want to say what it looks like.
No, please do.
It looks like something that...
Yes?
A monthly thing.
Go on.
I don't want to say it.
Taxes.
I don't want to say it.
Say it.
It looks... The belt is period red. It's pretty bad. It's pretty shit. And I'm not gonna lie. That one that you posted... There... is 20 times better than that ugly piece of shit. And it's horrendous. Whoever thought that was a good idea, I think they're colourblind? I don't get it. Can they not see red? Can they not see red?
No, I think they can see red. I think it's the only thing they can see.
Yeah, what the fuck? I mean, the match was okay.
So about the match. During the match, Finn Balor got a dislocated shoulder.
That's not... See, I knew it as soon as he went and he was holding his arm like this. I was just like, oh, well, he's fucking injured then, isn't he?
Yeah,
Right.
only because Seth Rollins decided to do his powerbomb spot that he normally does on the turnbuckles. I believe it was from the ring apron to the barricade.
No, I think he just picked him up on the outside and...
Or it could have been on the outside.
Well, regardless, that move needs to be banned now.
Regardless, he right into the barricade. So
that move needs to be banned.
Balor is out for 6 months because of this. Sting is out forever because of it. Maybe you don't do that move anymore, Seth?
Yeah.
It's ironic that they banned the curb stomp, and yet they let him do that.
A move that's not injured a single person.
No. And yet, you can't win, really, because people will complain that Rollins hurts too many people. And yet the same people, the same exact people, will complain about Dean Ambrose and The Miz for being boring workers. Out of all of the Shield, Ambrose is the only one to have not suffered an injury.
Yeah, and that's the thing, like...
And even Reigns was an emergency hernia, right? But
yeah, they're not fun.
the point still stands.
But
You can't win.
But
You can either be reckless, or you can be safe and be hated by everybody.
I mean, all of these things are accidents. When
Well, yeah, but it's not scripted that he dislocates his shoulder and they have to do a fatal four-way later.
No, but if there's a pattern emerging where a certain move is injuring people, stop doing the fucking move.
Maybe just stop doing that.
So accidents will be accidents. Fine, it is a contact sport. Regardless, if you
No, I would definitely say it's a contact sport when you start putting people through tables.
Yeah, like you're actually physically doing something. Like as much as people like Dana White in the past went, it's fake. They're actually somewhat doing something physical where you could injure yourself. Clearly, it's been proven this past week. So stop doing the fucking move.
Maybe stop.
Just stop doing it. It's a dumb move anyway. It's stupid.
No, I agree with it. I think the move looks cool, but don't do the cool move. Right? It's that simple. It's a track record that it's hurt people. Don't do it.
And the argument will be, oh, well, Sting's 512 and he shouldn't have been wrestling anyway. Okay, yeah, but it's still a stupid, like, risky move, and then now it's injured as someone who's, in his 20s.
Well, I mean, saying that, Finn Balor has had a long history of dislocated shoulders. I think he's had 10 of them. He's had multiple ones. It's not exactly a new area that's being injured here.
Does he need surgery then? Should he have had surgery?
He had surgery, Andy.
I've got a mate who I used to live with who dislocated his shoulder.
Yeah.
And he was supposed to get surgery. I don't know if he ever did.
Well,
but it just kept popping out. And it's just like, stop popping it back. Just get the surgery.
Well, you got the surgery, and it went successful.
Yeah.
He'll be back in 6 months. Hopefully it's not another Hideo Itami where he's out for over a year.
I hope not.
But anyway, match was fine, apart from the crowd being shitheads. Balor picked up the win. It was very surprising. I thought they would go for Rollins, but no. Balor won Raw's main event title in his first pay-per-view appearance.
Nice.
Insane. And even I thought, nah, he's just a placeholder for Reigns.
Nope.
But then he injured himself. And we'll get to that once we're done talking about the finish to SummerSlam, which has ignited many a passionate argument.
Fuck Brock Lesnar.
That's one side. Randy Orton vs. Brock Lesnar did end up being the main event of SummerSlam, meaning that Lesnar has main evented SummerSlam 2 years in a row despite not holding a championship. Take from that what you will. It ended with, I believe, Lesnar just going ham and elbowing Orton in the head, making him bleed the hard way, and then he got... I believe they ruled it as a TKO.
Okay, here's the thing.
Is that a thing?
I don't think it's ever been done before, but I don't like the idea that Brock was reckless and was like, I'm gonna smack you in the fucking face with my elbow. And then...
With his what?
Elbow. That, I knew it was gonna happen. The moment he did that, I was like, I'm not gonna be able to pronounce what he just did, am I? twat. So the moment he did that, and started going, he went, like, you could see him go, oh shit, and starts punching him in the arm instead. Okay, the moment he did that, I'm like, you stupid twat. You are not fighting Mark Hunt anymore. You don't need to do that. Would I have more TKO endings in wrestling? Yes, I fucking would. Because they're unpredictable, you've got no idea what's about to happen. They're great! Just don't actually nearly kill a man. You know? Just saying. Because that was the most horrific thing I think I've ever seen since Eddie Guerrero, just blood pouring out of his skull. It was horrific. And there was no need for that. There was no need. And I don't get why he thought that'd be a good idea. I'll actually strike him with my elbow in the head, even though I know there's probably a good chance if I get him in the right spot, he's going to fucking profusely just fucking bleed out of his head, nearly causing the man to die in front of everyone. I thought that, like, the way he just, like, fell over, I thought he was having a seizure. I don't know. Your brain is not supposed to leak out your head or blood or anything. Stop doing that. So, and the fact that there's no repercussions except for Chris Jericho saying, what the fuck was that about? That's ridiculous. If anyone else did that to Orton or Cena, they wouldn't be in the company anymore. But it's Brock, so he'll just do what he wants, I suppose. And fuck up the ending of a pay-per-view, because reasons.
You done?
Yeah.
So Lesnar kept elbowing Orton in the head to the point where the voices inside his head came out of his head.
Yeah, they came fucking out of his head.
Mm-hmm. Theme song ain't gonna make no more sense anymore. And they ruled it a TKO, and then Lesnar F5 Shane. Because Shane was there. Because he was like, dude, stop. And Lesnar was like, no, fuck you. F5. Boom. Then they go backstage. This is where SummerSlam stops and the shoot begins. Chris Jericho approaches Lesnar angrily, because nobody knew if that was a work or a shoot. Spoilers, it's a work. Both of them knew what was going to happen. Totally planned.
So they knew that...
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, at what point then... Okay, wait. So Orton voluntarily was like, I want you to hit me as hard as you can in the skull, where I actually do bleed everywhere.
Yeah.
What a crazy bastard.
Yeah.
In this day and age, wouldn't it have been better, ironically, to go with the old school method of getting a fucking razor blade and just cutting your head ever so slightly so you bleed out your head, instead of having the biggest gash on a man's skull I have ever seen in my life?
Think about it this way, if they did that, if they bladed, it wouldn't have nearly as many people talking about it. They're doing this for press, they're doing it for publicity, they're doing it to keep eyes on both of them. And granted, Lesnar is getting a lot of flack lately for being... This is... Okay. I saw this post online, and I'm gonna steal it, because I don't care. I saw a post on a certain forum that we frequently browse.
Reddit. Twitter.
Yeah. That basically, it summed up how Brock Lesnar is in the company right now. And I'm sure everyone will enjoy this. I'm sure everyone will understand. Last summer, I went up and I met Brock Lesnar. Inside his house. He invited me over. We're going to watch some UFC events, because that's what he does. And it's going to be a whacking good time. He offers to make me a sandwich.
Okay.
To which I say, yes, Brock. I'd love a sandwich. Thank you for a sandwich. So he goes into his kitchen. And he brings back a ham sandwich for me. Now, I like ham. Ham is good. So I eat it, and I notice that inside this sandwich there's about 10, 15 slices of ham in there.
That's a lot of ham.
To which I say, hey Brock, do you have anything to put in this sandwich other than ham? And then Brock says, yeah, I got a fridge full of condiments and spreads and meats. anything you could ever want in a sandwich. And so I'm like, okay, can I have another sandwich, please? So he gives me another sandwich with 10 slices of ham in it.
I see where this is going.
We watch UFC and I go about my merry way. And then the day after, I look at his Instagram and I see that he invited Dana White over to his house.
Okay.
And he's giving him a sandwich. And inside this sandwich is chicken, bologna, chorizo, olives, lettuce, mayonnaise. Do you see where I'm going here?
Yes. He's giving more better sandwiches.
Replace the ham with
Okay.
suplexes.
Yes.
I am not hype about Brock Lesnar anymore. And granted, people are like, oh, he just goes in to get his paycheck. That makes him a badass. I love it. I don't. Because that means he doesn't give a fuck about anything that's going on there. And it all goes back to his WrestleMania match with Dean Ambrose. He knew in his mind that he was going to go and fight Mark Hunt at UFC. So he didn't want to do a death match a couple of months before. And he got a lot of flack. Dean Ambrose even called him lazy. And it's at the point where it's like, Lesnar does not need to be in WWE.
No.
Well, I mean, other than this, drug suspension from the UFC, maybe he does need to be in WWE now, but the point is...
Care more!
You don't care.
This is the thing, like...
You should care.
I've come full circle with Brock. Like...
Oh, I think we all have.
I hated it when he came back. I was like, oh god, no, please, no.
I hated that he lost, and I hated his matches.
But, it come to a point where I was like, when he first started doing the suplexes, and I was like, he suplexes John Cena 16 times and wins, I was like, that's fucking great. I love this. This is fucking brilliant. Ah, Brock Lesnar. Fucking,
I really liked that first ham sandwich.
That's great. But you kept giving me ham!
So much ham.
And then, the Mania match was, I think, the point where I was like, are you kidding me? Are you fucking serious?
Now, which Mania match? Do you mean the match with Reigns or the match with Ambrose?
No, the match with Ambrose. The one with Reigns was fucking great.
That was great.
One of the best. That was a great match. A fucking fantastic match. And
it was the point where he faced... It was when he faced John Cena. To the point where... I think it was around the start of the Royal Rumble. And then Roadblock, where he fought the Wyatts. And then WrestleMania. That was the final nail of the coffin.
Yeah.
Where people were just like, Can you not? Can you not? Can you just not?
Can you do something else? Or are you literally just a fat wanker? Like, I don't want him to come and find me and fucking break my arm for saying
No, he
that.
will now.
He might.
He will. He'll get you in the Kimura.
That's breaking my arm, Sam.
And your dad will be like, do more.
My issue now with Brock is that...
Anyway, we didn't finish the story about Chris Jericho, by the way.
Okay.
So Jericho gets in the face of Lesnar because he didn't know if it was a work or a shoe or whatever. And then, at which point, according to the Melts, Lesnar said some things that aren't acceptable. I'm guessing some kind of homophobic slurs, maybe. And it's at the point where Jericho is forehead to forehead with Lesnar. And Lesnar says something to the effect of, are you either going to punch me or kiss me? Bit weird, Brock, but okay. Don't know what kind of fantasies you want to play out with the Ayatollah of Rock and Roller, but that's your own business. I'm sure Sable would love to watch that. It gets to the point where Triple H and even Vince have to come out and separate the both of them. On one hand, props for Jericho.
Yeah.
The guy destroyed Mark Hunt, right? He's got a reputation that precedes him. You can feel his aura when he steps into a building.
He murders people with his...
Well, he doesn't murder people. He gets into the point of, 99%, dead.
Okay, so...
Yeah. So he nearly murders people for a living, right? And then for Jericho to get all on his forehead and be like, man, what the fuck you doing, man? Drink it in. You've got it. Props for him. On the other hand, well, Lesnar's a dick. I don't like him anymore.
No, in some ways, Jericho is a bit of a mark for going along and saying, what the fuck was that? But Brock... My problem with Brock now is, it's almost like... I want him to lose. I want someone to beat him now.
Yeah, but it's at the point where it's like, who can?
He's had this 3-year fucking tear, and he's just destroyed everyone. He's ended the Undertaker's streak. He destroyed Brock Lesnar. He fucking destroyed Roman Reigns.
Brock Lesnar destroyed Brock Lesnar.
He could fucking destroy himself. Brock Lesnar destroyed John Cena, man. He destroyed Roman Reigns. Destroyed fucking everybody.
Rollins, Ambrose, New Day, Wyatt's.
At what point are you gonna lose? Just lose. Just lose. And then go away.
I'm scared they're gonna go the Goldberg route and get a taser. Even that won't stop him. Because he's like, no, I don't want to be hit by a taser.
He would just eat. Yeah, he would just eat the taser. He would just get the taser.
And then he'll gain his powers. He'll gain his powers and he'll get thunder fists.
Jesus Christ. So
then he'll be Raiden. And there's no hope for anyone. He'll get the pointy hat.
Like he wears a hat.
Yeah.
He's got no eyes.
Yeah.
I'm Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
Wait. I can't do that again, so don't make me do that again.
Do it again.
No, it hurts my eyes.
Then fucking whatever, man.
I'm not doing it again. But no,
talk more, then we wrap up before a commercial break.
Yeah, I just want Brock to lose or just go away at this point. I'm kind of bored of him now. I'm bored of Brock.
Sentiment echoed by me and everybody else, I'm sure, but
I don't mind the TKO thing.
No, I think the ending to SummerSlam itself was totally fine.
But
I have no problems with the ending for it.
I mean, the idea of a TKO ending's fine, but don't actually cut people open for fuck's sake. And then not only that, like, don't have it be the end of a pay-per-view. And then especially one where you've sat there for 6 hours. And then not only that, can Brock just lose, please?
At this point, no. No, he can't.
It's getting ridiculous.
Anyway, we will talk about Raw and SmackDown and the fallout of SummerSlam after these messages.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
You know what? I should beat Brock.
You did. Remember?
No, I mean, wait, no, that's not true. That's a video game.
You did. Oh, every time you're like, I'm the best, I beat you, I beat everybody. And yet, when you beat someone you're afraid of or you lose, you're like, it's a character, my in-game avatar. It's like, shut up. You can't have both. Dickhead.
But what if Brock, like, I meet Brock one day, it's like, oh, so you're that Andy Con guy who called me a fat wanker, and, who also...
Well, to be fair, you're the one saying these things. It's entirely your fault if you somehow meet him and he's angry at you. It's not my problem, is it?
It's not my fault he's a
That's exclusively your fault.
But he's just... It's not my fault he's on roids, is it?
Everyone's on roids.
Huh?
Everyone's on roids. Just some of them get caught. Others don't. Do you honestly think Vince McMahon looks the way he does because he's naturally working out?
Yes.
Get a grip, man. You ever wonder why Triple H doesn't need to take piss tests?
Because he works out every day at the gym.
And he drinks his milk and he says his prayers. Yeah, right. Anyway, we got comments to read, boy.
Everybody's talking at me.
I know we've talked about the Riddle streak, and it's only apps for Bullet Club vs. The Shield says that he has a present for you as soon as you hit 100.
I don't know what that is, and
Neither do I. Although there are skulls after his comment. Are skulls good?
Skull normally means death.
Are skulls good in the context of getting a present?
No, probably gonna get anthrax.
I'm looking forward to this present, in which case...
I'm not. Also, Liam has said that if I get to 100...
Which you will.
I have to do a forfeit.
You do. You do.
I
know
didn't know
what
if
it
the
is.
fans knew that, but maybe it's a gentle reminder.
Maybe keep it a secret what the forfeit is, but either way, when he hits 100, shit's hitting the fan.
Just
Maybe
like
literally. We don't know yet. But, Bieber Has No Wiener says, regarding the suspensions that we talked about last week, you guys are so underrated. Thank you. I always appreciate a good compliment.
I'm awesome.
No, you're not. And shouldn't Eva Marie get the same treatment as Brock Lesnar? She only wrestles part-time as well.
She doesn't wrestle. At least Brock does.
No, she wrestles part-time. She wrestles as much as Brock.
That's true now, yes.
But we're going to be on the same card. They both performed at WrestleMania. Here's the thing about Brock Lesnar. I think, realistically, it makes sense for him to go to another company and then fail their drug test. Like, why should he get suspended by the other company?
I mean, to be fair...
I mean, it is at the point where it's like, oh, you can work off a strike, or no, that one doesn't count. It's like, well, what the fuck? What counts and what doesn't for who and when and why? Like,
The only issue is that at what point was he taking the stuff? Because if he knew heading into WrestleMania that he was going to have this fight, or he was preparing for a fight at least, was he doing it then?
I think it's entirely different based on the companies, because in UFC, it's a testament to your physical strength if you win a fight. If you win a fight in WWE, it's a testament to the writing team. Like, do you get what I mean?
Yeah, but the problem is that you can't just...
I'm not saying they shouldn't have the wellness policy, but I think people are missing the point of the wellness policy. The clue's in the name. The wellness policy is so that people don't pull a Benoit or a Guerrero and then die at 35, right? It's so that you can protect their health.
But you can't just have one rule for one set of people and another rule for another set of people. That's not...
Well, no, you can't, but... yeah, that's how they've booked it. That's how they've got themselves into this corner. They put Brock Lesnar on a pedestal, they gave him this grand, lucrative contract, where he's a part-time performer, and he's a big, scary man. Are you going to tell him that he should abide by the same rules as Eva Marie?
No.
Right. It's not how it should be. It's
Brock
unfortunate.
Lesnar is the size of a house. I'm not going to tell him
But you could live in. I think he's about the same size as the house you will be living in soon.
Probably, yes. I'm surprised if I don't, like, pull up and Brock's there going, I am your house! I'm like, no, no.
Here's the door. Just pulls up his shirt. There's the door.
But what, where his tattoo is?
Probably.
Where are we going with this, Sam?
I don't know.
Next comment!
MJ Michael Atalis says, why do they think it's okay to violate the wellness policy, WTF? I don't know. Andy?
People like drugs.
People like drugs. Andy Kwan, 2016.
The more you know.
Why do they think it's okay? I don't think they do. I think it's purely the fact that they think they won't get caught.
Yeah, or they might have done something stupid like Eva Marie not handing in the paperwork on time.
Yeah. And
Fuck.
with Del Rio and Paige, apparently they're suspended for two separate things. Like, they didn't do the same thing. So, nobody knows. I think with Paige, it's going to be different because Del Rio was an active performer on the roster. Paige is injured. She's rehabbing. It could be something to help with her rehabbing. Might have been something different. Could have been Adderall. Maybe everyone has ADHD. Who knows? Who's going to have ADHD next?
Hopefully, Brock Lesnar.
Anyway. Yesikani123 said, I think Paige got into an altercation with an aggressive and obnoxious fan and she went a bit mental and had to be detained. That's of course referring to the fact that she got arrested at one point. And everyone's like, whoa, what the fuck, she got arrested, though, what the hell is up with this shit?
Well, so, do I leave these people alone?
Paige is, what, 23? 22?
Yes. Something like that.
She had a birthday, but she got suspended on, so she's young, right?
Yes.
She's going to be doing young people things.
I've done stupid things at 21, which we will not discuss here.
Everyone's done stupid things. I'm doing stupid things now. I'm in the prime age of doing stupid things, like agreeing to do a show with Andy, right?
That's not stupid. That's actually quite a good idea.
Tell that to Liam. So, I think people are being too hard. I mean, it's like Liam has said before. Why should we care about their personal lives? Are our lives that uninteresting that we have to focus on what Paige is doing and why she has a tattoo of Papi on her finger? Ugh.
Yeah,
it's gross, but I don't care. Do what you want.
Here's the thing as well, like, these people have lives too. I don't know how people don't know that. So if they want to hang out outside of, their workplace or what they do, please leave them alone.
Well, I think it's different with Del Rio and Paige because, and this brings us on to another bit of little news.
Okay.
Del Rio is married! Or was married! Why are they doing dating? And here's the thing. Here's an update on this one I've been waiting for months because I've literally been saying since day one, isn't he married? Apparently he was. Apparently he's gotten a divorce. Apparently he's abusive. Apparently his ex-wife is crazy. Apparently she's mentally abusive. There's 3 sides to every story. We don't know what, but more importantly, Del Rio has been accused of being an inexcusable human being. Namely, a physical abuser to his wife. But either way, the divorce papers that have somehow leaked online, they were finalised after he started dating Paige.
But that's okay then.
The gap is roughly
after.
2 weeks.
Oh.
So he dated Paige and then 2 weeks later he got a divorce. As I've just said, there are 3 sides to every story. We don't know one of them in any great detail. So it's unfair for us to judge anything, but... Oh, it's a mess. It's a mess, my friends.
Divorces are never a lovely fucking process that, is just
well, no. Clues in the name.
Shit.
But it's more the fact that he might have been dating Paige before he got the divorce finalised. Which makes him a terrible person. But either way, they have 30 days to mull over it, and then get back to doing whatever.
Guerrero's not coming back.
Nah, he's probably going to be fired or leave.
Well,
say hi to Adam Rose for us.
There's a clause in.
This is literally the same thing as Adam Rose, right? Gets suspended, gets accused of being a domestic abuser. He's probably going to leave, like Adam Rose.
But there is a clause in Del Rio's contract where it's like he can choose to leave from September anyway. So.
Well, I don't see why he'd want to stay.
6-7 days, he might be gone.
Like, his entire run has been disastrous.
Well, it's been a total, utter waste
From
of time.
Mex America to the League of Nations to literally nothing. He went from fighting John Cena and beating him clean on pay-per-view to fighting Jack Swagger.
Yep, that was the thing that happened.
And then he had a feud with Kalisto that lasted way too long. And he tanked the US title because of it. Man, fuck Del Rio. I don't care anymore.
He's up there with Brock. Go away.
Go back to Ring of Honor. Final comment, because you did in fact talk about 2K17.
Wait, what's this?
2K17.
Yes.
Yeah. John Karajanis says, I believe that 2K is going to have a winner in 2K17, because it's evolving, unlike when THQ had the license. What did you think about 2K17? You didn't go in depth on it, because you obviously have the breaking news in the middle of the show. You only really talked about the different game modes. You didn't talk about any of the screenshots, how the characters look, or anything like that.
The characters still look plastic as fuck.
Oh yeah, we're in the Uncanny Valley. I mean, some of them look really good, like... who looked really good? Bubba. Bubba Dudley looked amazing.
So he's retired.
Yeah. Meanwhile, you have Alexa Bliss's hair going through her chest.
Yeah.
And her neck being like...
Like, she's just like... I don't know, she's got like a giraffe neck. I don't know what the fuck happened.
She's contorting unnaturally. She looks like an animatronic, right?
She looked like she's broken her neck in mid-entrance.
Emma's sunglasses do not look like they belong in the realm of existence, as she does.
I mean, like...
And then you have Sin Cara with a chainsaw.
Yeah, I don't get that.
Official promo pic. Sin Cara with chainsaw. Why is that there? You can clearly see the 2K watermark. So, what are your thoughts on 2K17 that you didn't get to express last week?
They all look plastic.
Are they going to have a winner vote? Is it going to be better than 16?
I mean...
No. You think it's going to be worse?
No, not worse, just the same.
It'll stay the same.
Yeah.
But they've said they've already, they're getting fresh new animations, new taunts, new ladders, apparently.
Great, brilliant. It's the same. It's going to be the same. They say this every year, Sam. Like, we changed this and this and this! Same game as last year. Like...
Well, I have to wait and see when it's released.
It's not like FIFA this year, where they've literally got a new engine.
Fucking
they've said,
football.
Wait. they've got a legit new engine and it will play differently. This is the same bloody thing.
You can edit things within an engine and have it still be a different game.
Well, why don't they do that then?
They probably have! Like I say, we don't know until we play it. Or until Carmine plays it. Because he has to.
Well, Liam and I are getting both the Xbox version and the PlayStation version.
And you'll probably play it as well. Fair enough. But no, I'm excited for 2K17. I'm not going to buy it. Because I don't want to. I have better things to spend my money on.
Some stuff looks good.
Yeah?
Like going into the crowd and stuff. But
Yeah, they finally brought that back.
thank God.
Thank
But
God.
the only thing that concerns me is...
One thing that's really great is the custom victory animations. I cannot tell
what?
you... Yeah, they're doing create your own victory animation.
Yes!
I cannot
Oh
tell
my
you
God!
the amount of times I've had
I'm gonna do
Undertaker
fucking
win a title
backflips!
and then he jumps up and down like a schoolgirl and hugs Paul Bearer.
Oh my God! So wait, so what? When was that included?
This year. They're doing custom victory animations for the first time in this game.
When did they announce it?
I don't know. Why do you want to know?
Because that's fucking amazing!
They announced it this year.
Oh God! I'm gonna do a backflip off the fucking ceiling and somehow live. Yes. Yes. Oh God. Well, Barry is gonna have the greatest celebration ever. He's just
Spoilers!
What? He's just gonna fall down. That's it.
Well, fucking, you had to fucking, Jesus, fucking, you
Alright,
had to...
alright.
Everybody's talking at me.
So Finn comes out to start Raw. He has an injured shoulder, so he just says, like, here, have the belt. Okay, that lasted a long time.
Less than 24 hours.
Right, so Vacancy is officially your longest reigning Universal Champion in history.
I've actually made vacant in 2K16.
Coming soon. So, what do they do in response to this, Andrew?
They decide that we're going to have a tournament to determine who will be the new
Not
Universal Champion.
even a tournament, really. Like, they...
Well, it's like a okay, so there were 4 qualifying matches.
Yeah.
And the winners of these matches will go on in a fatal 4-way next week on Raw to determine the new and hopefully not cursed Universal Championship.
Right.
So-
To determine the new championship.
The new champion of that championship.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
So-
I want to play a game here.
Well, let's play a game. Let's do that.
Right. I say to you, 4 names you would have challenging for the Universal Championship.
Yes.
What names do you say?
Sami Zayn,
Okay.
Kevin Owens,
Okay.
Seth Rollins,
Okay.
sadly Roman Reigns.
Well, who do you want instead of Roman Reigns?
Okay, Rusev.
Rusev. There you go. Despite the fact that he already has a belt. Anyway.
Fine.
What if I told you Rollins is there,
Yay!
and Owens is there,
Woo!
Roman Reigns is there, and Big Cass.
I'm sorry, what?
Big Cass had a qualifying match against Rusev. Rusev walked away. And so Big Cass won via countout. So Big Cass is challenging for Raw's main event belt.
So... why... no...
Let me clarify. I'm not angry.
Okay.
I'm not disappointed.
Confused?
I'm thoroughly confused.
Perfect, I nailed it.
Why? What? Big Cass! Big Cass!
Can you imagine if he wins?
Big Cass!
It's
No, I get it. I get it.
He has...
He's big. He's big.
Kaz.
Right. Why? Tell me why.
I can't tell you why, Sam.
I
Because I
can't.
don't know. He has tall. That's all I know.
He's fucking... Ooh. It's tall.
What's the chances of him winning this?
5%.
Why put him in then?
I don't know.
What the fuck?
Man,
Like,
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know!
Here's what's likely going to happen. Rollins
What's
or
gonna happen?
Reigns will win. No,
did you just say Roman Reigns?
probably. Either that or Rollins.
You know what? I think Rollins is probably going to win it. I think they'll just do Rollins and...
Owens isn't there yet. Weirdly enough, he's not been in the main event. Ever. He's been there for over a year and he's not ever been in the main event. Right? He's never challenged for a world title.
I think they could put it on Seth. That's probably like...
Well, they're probably going to put it on Seth because he was in the fucking match that Balor was in to begin with anyway. So it makes you think, why didn't we just put it on Rollins to begin with? Because we didn't count on Finn Balor being injured for 6 months. That's the answer to that, Sam. But more importantly, if you give it to Reigns, it's not the world title. It's a new belt, but if you give him the Shark Week belt, what does that say about the Shark Week belt? What does it say about Reigns? The guy didn't even fight Rusev at SummerSlam. So you go from being the guy, you get suspended.
And nobody likes you to begin with.
Nobody likes you throughout this. And then you go down and you fight Rusev. You don't even fight Rusev! You have a match for the United States Championship with Rusev that you don't start because you forget that the bell has to ring to start a match before you start beating somebody up. He forgets that. He just goes straight into beating up Reigns and everyone's like, oh man, Reigns can't fight anymore, so this match is null and void. To now competing for Raw's main belt. It's confusing as fuck.
Yeah, this whole
don't get it.
thing... This whole thing's a mess. Why the fuck did they give it to Cass? Why
Just
did
put it on Rollins. I'm done with it. I don't even care
Yeah,
anymore.
just put it on Seth. I just don't understand.
He's the most qualified out of all of them. He's the one people hate the least.
Yeah.
Do that. Just do that. But
It'd be hilarious if they put it on Cass. Why, I don't know. They would ever do that, but...
he's there for a reason. He's in the match for a reason.
Which is weird.
Whatever that reason is, I can't think. But he's there. Anyway, moving on. Bayley was called up.
Yeah!
Remember when Liam said she's never coming up?
Yep, that's the thing he said.
Remember when Liam said that at Back to Brooklyn? That she's never coming up.
What a bell.
Just because I genuinely, at this point, don't believe she's going to be fucking going to the main roster.
2 days later. Hi,
Gets
Bayley.
called up. Oh, hi Bayley, how you doing?
Probably going to be fighting Charlotte for the women's belt at Clash of Champions on the 25th.
Good.
So, yeah, what do we think of Bayley finally getting her main roster debut?
Hooray! Finally! There's one person that deserved to be called up before everyone else, and her name was Bayley.
Is that it?
Yeah, she deserves it. Like,
Oh, of course she
that's all
deserves it, as long as
That's
she
all that
doesn't.
needs to be said. I mean, Bayley's awesome. So,
She's awesome. And a good addition to Raw's women division.
yes.
And finally on Raw, the Dudleys retired. Oh...
They'll be in TNA in 6 months.
Probably. They will be, and I'll be so mad, because it's like, fuck you guys. Fuck you guys. Fuck off.
But they were put through a table.
Yeah, they put the Shining Stars randomly through a table, and then the club just attacked them.
No, they 3D'd one of the Shining Stars, and then they were put through a table by the club.
Yeah. Okay, you put the club over. Fine. We should probably mention that they didn't win the belt at SummerSlam, because Jon Stewart happened, and DQ'd the match. So Jon Stewart is now 1-for-1 in good things to happen at SummerSlam.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Club will probably beat New Day at Clash of Champions.
Yeah, the champions for 365 days. They've done it. Congratulations. Now
Nothing more to do. You can't have any more feuds because you fought literally everybody.
It's a bit like Brock. Just end it now.
Just end it. It's not as if they're going to be unpopular afterwards.
Well, no, they're going to be popular now till the day they all fucking retire. They're doing the same stuff.
Right.
They could do that forever, and no one will get bored of it. I hope.
That remains to be seen. But, yeah, Raw happened. Okay.
Great. SmackDown.
Meanwhile, SmackDown is infinitely better.
Yes.
People were worried. People were worried, including myself, including you. Like, oh, guys, SmackDown got shafted during the draft. Oh, what will happen now? I'll tell you what will happen. It'll outclass Raw. For weeks on end. So in the build for the next SmackDown pay-per-view on September 11th, which is Backlash, and we'll be live for it with Suplah on the same day at 8 PM GMT.
I want it called Back Suplah.
Because he's an idiot.
No, I'm not an idiot. I'm the same guy that came up with Andy Quanstagram. I'm fucking brilliant.
That should prove my point. New belts.
Andy Quanstagram.
New belts.
On Instagram.
New belts. Talk about the new belts.
Woo! So yeah, there are new belts. We have new tag team titles, which are not ugly.
They are the same design as the Raw tag belts, but the strap is navy blue, and the pennies are now nickels.
Great.
Silver. Looks better. Somehow, same design. Looks better. Cool.
And we have new. What is it? Are they going to call it SmackDown Women's Champion or what?
Yeah.
Okay, SmackDown Women's Championships. It's blue instead.
It's
of red.
White strap, blue background.
That'll do.
That'll do.
That'll do.
Wrong shade of blue, but that'll do.
Who cares?
I care.
It's blue.
How are we getting these new champions? Well, at Backlash, we will have a six-pack challenge between the entirety of the SmackDown Women's Division, including Nikki Bella now. Nikki Bella's on SmackDown. Cool. Counteracts Bayley quite nicely on Raw, so they both get something. Very good. Meanwhile, the tag team championships will be crowned at Backlash also in the finale of a tournament.
Beautiful.
Which began on SmackDown.
Good.
American Alpha and the Usos, I believe, advanced in this tournament. I want American Alpha to give a belts.
It's going to come down to Usos and American Alpha, really, isn't it?
I mean, probably. I mean, we still have the Ascension, the Horde Villains.
No.
Yeah, I think American Alpha's going to take it.
Yeah, which is a good choice.
Yeah. Although
you can turn the Usos while you're at it.
We are overlooking something magical.
What are we overlooking?
The hottest free agent of the century.
Heath Slater.
Heath Slater. I'm glad that you know who I'm talking about when I say that.
Because he's fucking brilliant, that's why.
He's brilliant, and he's like, I want one of these belts. And Brian's like, well, you're not a woman, so you can't have that. To which Heath says, I want the tag belts. And they say, okay, if you can find a partner, and if you win the tag belt with that partner, you will be an official SmackDown superstar.
Ooh, okay, so what happened?
He partnered up with Rhino.
The guy who gored him in the first place?
Yeah.
How did they do?
They haven't had a match.
Oh, so we're waiting to see what happens.
I want him to win so badly, but I think he'll get to the finals against American Alpha, and American Alpha will win.
I think in the first match he's just going to get gored.
No, don't be silly. You gotta build this up. You gotta build it up.
This is WWE. He's getting gored.
Fuck off, Andy.
Ah! That's what's going to happen.
So that's cool. That's cool. But there's one thing coming from Tuesday that didn't even happen on SmackDown. It happened on Talking Smack.
They have new set designs? Oh, right.
Yeah, they have new set designs. They look cool, yay. The Miz and Daniel Bryan.
Yes.
Had a worked shoot on Talking Smack. They had what was billed as a legitimate fight, during which Daniel Bryan walked away.
Right.
This was the best promo I've seen all year.
Nope.
Yeah?
Nope.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
2 hours later.
Yeah. 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 I could do this all day. Yeah. Best promo of the year, by far. Best promo I've seen all year. Actually puts up a counter argument instead of saying, no!
Just, it's stupid.
No,
like,
it's not.
If you're going to do something like that, why don't you do it on the main show?
Because it will get people to buy the network, which Talking Smack is on. Next question.
The Miz, everything he was saying was stupid.
And everything he said made sense.
No, it didn't.
For those who don't know... Fucking hell, Andy! For those who don't know... I'm getting pissed off at this guy saying, no, 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 every 5 seconds. Because he can't put forward a counter argument!
Everything that Brian said was true. He would go back to the ring if they fucking let him. So how... It's just stupid.
No. Here is what they said. Brian is like, I don't like you. Miz is like, why? Brian is like, you're not impressive as a wrestler.
He's not, he's boring as shit.
To which Miz says, I'm boring because it's a safe style that I can work day in and day out for 10 plus years. Meanwhile, you were forced to retire early due to concussions. And if you want to wrestle so badly, go back to the bingo halls with your indie friends. At which point Brian walks off. Miz keeps going on about how he's a great Intercontinental Champion. He has a fucking point. If Brian wants to wrestle so badly, go to the bingo halls. Miz is a safe worker. It may be boring, but he's safe. So he can continue to do it instead of constantly coming back and promising people things that he can't fulfill. Like the Royal Rumble. Or the recapturing of that Intercontinental belt.
But none of that was his fault.
Yes, it was, Andy. Daniel Bryan
Like,
worked
the-
a reckless
the Royal
style
Rumble
that
not
caused an
being-
injury.
Not being booked in the Rumble wasn't his fault.
You could argue that it was.
Just because Ray... No, it wasn't. They booked him to not be in it. And number 30 was Rey Mysterio.
No, not that year, the other year, where he was in it and he
that
didn't
year as
win.
well, they booked it wrong.
Oh, because he didn't win?
Yes!
I'm such a Daniel Bryan mark.
No, you idiot. The point is that for 2 years in a row, they made the wrong fucking... Every Rumble, they've made the wrong decision. Every bloody year. So...
The man
that's
I
not
liked didn't
Bryan's
win, therefore
fault.
it was a terrible
And, okay,
Rumble.
if The Miz is so fucking great, why was he a part of one of the worst WrestleManias in history, which he main evented, by the way? So...
It's not his fault.
Fuck off.
It's not his fault, is it?
It is his fault.
No.
His style is so fucking great, he would have had a 5-star match.
That's
But he
not
didn't.
what he's saying. He's not saying that he's a 5-star performer every match because he has a safe style. He's saying that he's still there because he has a safe style.
Yeah, but he's boring and he's shit now, and I wish he would go away.
No, he's boring and shit. No, but Andy,
He's
here
been
is
there for 10
some
years.
good
That's
qualifying
not a good
reasons
thing.
why he's not boring and shit. No, he's boring and shit. Great. Good
the
one.
same things, the same match, the same crap. It doesn't change it. It's boring. He's been around for 10 years. He sucks.
To you.
His gimmick's alright. Being like, I think I'm a Hollywood actor when I've only been in WWE films. That's good. But...
Do you not understand the point he's making? Do you not understand the point that he's making?
He's not killing himself.
Right. And he's not killing other people like Rollins. That's a good point to make. Just because you find it boring, that doesn't invalidate his in-ring work.
He's an entertainer. That's his
Yes.
fucking job.
And he entertains people just fine. You just said his gimmick is great.
No, his gimmick is great. His matches are boring.
He's entertaining because of his gimmick.
Yeah, but his matches are boring.
Who gives a fuck? He's working a safe style. And it's important that he works a safe style, so that he doesn't injure himself like Balor, and so that he doesn't injure other people like Rollins. And he's not forced to retire early and disappoint everybody like Daniel Bryan. Hello? Knock knock. Wake up. For fuck's sake. The point being is that this was a great promo, and it made sense on both ends. I don't give a fuck what Andy says, because he doesn't know what he's talking about. It got people talking. And it's gonna get people to pay attention to The Miz now. Which is good. It's fine. Nothing bad from this. No, but he's boring and shit. Great, thanks Andy. Great input there. Well done. 5-star match. What do you want?
I think it's just uncalled for. Like, the guy, he wants to wrestle, but it's the doctors that turn around and say, no, there are...
And do you think there's
doctors.
a reason as to why?
He's had doctors who work in the NFL go, yeah, you're alright. But it's their doctors that have gone, no, don't do it. And it's just like...
For a good point. Remember Benoit?
Yeah, but...
That's the point. That's the point,
Benoit
Andy.
was roiding himself up as well, and okay, he kept getting concussions, and his move didn't help.
That's why Corey Graves doesn't compete anymore. Because of the concussions. He's doing just fine on commentary. People laud him as one of the best commentators they have. What's your point?
But if he could come back, he would.
So then go to the bingo halls. What's the problem? Miz had a point. That's all I'm saying.
Everybody who's ever made it in that industry has had to work their ass off, and he was just brought in because he was in the fucking real world. And
you're saying the Miz didn't work hard?
I'm not saying he didn't work hard, but I'm saying like they go to Japan or they'll go.
Miz goes to Japan.
Independency. No, he didn't.
He went on the WWE tour to Japan. He works hard.
No.
I'm sorry, not everyone can go to New Japan and make a name for themselves before they go to the WWE. Not everyone can be a 15-year veteran before they step into a WWE ring, Andy.
But I'm saying even like the likes of Stone Cold and The Rock...
Retired.
Punk...
Retired.
Cena...
Winding
they
down.
They still worked the indies before they got a developmental deal.
John Cena didn't.
Trained outside of WWE. Cena was trained outside of WWE first.
Oh, for one independent, where he was a cyborg. Yes. He didn't travel the world.
The point is, he paid his dues first, and this is...
Miz paid his dues. He went through the locker room where it was at its most hostile.
Well, that's...
He got hazed by JBL. He's paid his dues.
Fine, but you can't say, like, The Miz is nowhere near the athlete or over as Bryan was.
No one's saying that he is.
That's like saying
Who said he is?
to The Rock, you suck for doing movies.
Who said he is? Who said these things,
that's
Andy?
like, well, you can't have a go at someone who's fucking more over than you and has actually made more money for the company than you will ever do in your life.
No, you can't prove that, Andy. You can't prove that. Where's your proof? Present your proof.
Okay, if I can find the buy rate for WrestleMania 30.
Okay. One WrestleMania. Miz has been working for the company for years. I'm sure he's made about the same amount of money as Bryan. Either way, that's not the point he's making. The point he's making is that Bryan was criticizing his in-ring craft when he had no position to. Just because he's not out there killing himself every week, that doesn't mean that he's unjustified for having a quote-unquote boring style. That's what he was saying. He's not saying, oh, I bought more WrestleManias than you, or whatever you're trying to say.
I just play it safe.
There's nothing wrong with playing it safe.
I'm The Miz.
There's nothing wrong with playing it safe.
Yes, there is.
No, there's not. Oh, so you want everyone to be a 15-year indie veteran and then get to the WWE and perform for 5 years? 5 years total before they're forced to retire?
But, change it up a bit. Fuck.
Whatever, man.
It's the same thing.
We're running out of time. I'm sorry, Matt Damon. We're running out of time. You should go to Suplah.com where we have a broadcast and we have MP3 downloads of this show. What else do we have, Andy?
We also are on Facebook.
No, what do we do on the website?
Oh, we also do articles and the broadcast.
There you go.
The broadcast is a show where we don't talk about wrestling and we talk about other things, including my life. We also are on Facebook. Search for us. Search the Suplah on Facebook. You'll find us on there. Like us on that. We're on Twitter, so follow us on that. I'm on Instagram at AndyQuanstagram. We also have Instagram. Search the Suplah. Is there anything else we're not on?
I think you got it.
Well, we're on everything else. If we're not, tell us, because we'll sign up. And that's it. I have been Andy Quan.
And we will be live for Suplash September the 11th. 8 o'clock GMT. Whatever time it is in America. Google it. Join us. We'll have a lot of fun. Up in Sam Brooks. Until then, go away.